Hi everyone, I'm just gonna record a quick video before I have lunch for fun. I just finished doing all my vision exercises. Yesterday I had another meeting with my vision training, Christa Gevers, and we're doing a lot of remote, well not a lot, every so often we do a video conference just to get some new exercises. And I met them last summer, and I will meet them in real life again in May. So we're actually not meeting in person that often, but I have a lot of training material myself, and I have a lot of experience, and I have the VR headset, so most of it I can do by myself if I stay organized and nicely write down what I should do. So I just want to recap yesterday's meeting. So also in the training data in the virtual reality headset, we can see that the moving houses kind of induced a plateau. So between August last year and then the months following the first meeting, I made a lot of progress, particularly in the game Bubbles, but also other games on the virtual reality headset. So I went from minimum disparity correct in arc seconds from 2400, so basically no stereo in that Bubbles game, to now 1200 on average, and then sometimes if I have a good day, 1071, so close to 1000, but the lower the better in this case. But so I can see also in my daily life, because I'm tired and I'm still adjusting, and the kids don't have after school daycare yet. I'm much more tired, and I can see that in my training results in the virtual headset, but also just in daily life. Kind of like that was the last video. That was what I was talking about. It's a long video. If you're interested in like how to deal with visual burnout, that's the last video. It's a long video. So I got new exercises. So in Vivid Vision, some exercises have been made a little bit more challenging that she can do on her computer, and then my regimen is automatically adjusted here. Lots of the exercises stay the same, but some have increased difficulty now. And then an important thing that she also really emphasized is that, so yeah, I do my exercises, and now I had a difficult period. I've been tired. I'm in a new environment, so it's not always fun to go out. Just getting used to the house as well. Lots of things to do in the house, and then lots of things with the kids. But she really emphasized it's important to go out, try to go for a 30-minute walk every day. Even though I take the kids to school by bicycle, walking, like additional walking, like a slow pace movement where I can take in my peripheral vision, check out the streets, check out the environment, rather than with biking you go quite fast and you're not really, it's not the same. So she really emphasized this is very important for the process. Go outside, take in peripheral vision, walk, move, get some fresh air. So that's important. So I actually added this to the regimen, 30 minutes outside walking. In Brussels, I did this because I felt very comfortable in my neighborhood, and there's always it was more inducive to this kind of walks. And I'm restarting this again here, and then I will get to know the neighborhood. And then yesterday we already did a walk. I talked to some neighbors, and just getting acquainted and getting integrated into the local society. So that's actually good. And then I have some regular vision therapy exercises. So then the first one is wear this yellow color filter, and then do like thumb. So try to have your thumb be single, and then make circles and go further and further away, and keep it single. And find your limits, and don't go without beyond these limits. Just try to focus on having good fusion. And all these exercises are kind of basically, I have some fusion, I can feel it, it's visible in the VR headset in the results. So we're trying to kind of lock down this fusion and expand this fusional field. So that's, yeah, so none of the exercises are really like very sophisticated, but important to keep executing. So the vivid vision is more something that happens to you, and then the regular exercises is something you do yourself more actively. And so go from close to far with the thumb, and go, and then spread out as the circle get larger. Push away. She calls this exercise push away with your thumb. So that's the first one, and with this filter. Second one, fortunately, I had the necessary tools to do this one. So this is also not that sophisticated, but so we use this red-green card in the holder, and then first you do if you slide the left one to the left, if you slide the green one to the left, it's a convergence exercise in combination with this red-green glasses, these red-green glasses, and then you hold. So I do it to the point that I can still fuse, so it doesn't become double. So convergence I'm pretty good at, so I can go quite far, and then I don't like spontaneously see the depth, but so you're converging to the point that probably the circle should appear to be close to your face, or closer to your face than you're holding the card. But I don't naturally see that or intuitively see that. So then the next part of the exercise is hold the card, or hold the holder with your one hand, and then with the other hand get a chopstick or like a skewer, and try to kind of push, or like from the side, try to touch the circle, your fused circle. And then of course it's not there because the card is further, and then try to push towards the card with your skewer, and then you will have this kind of peculiar feeling that when you're going up the stairs and you miss a step, or you thought there was one more step, it's like a surprise, and your body is surprised and was expecting the step, but it's not there, this kind of feeling. So it's the same. If you hold this card with the red-green lenses, and then you're converging to the point that the circle should appear here, and then I try to touch it from the side, and then it's not there, I push all the way to the card, you have this disconnect between your tactile sense and what your vision is telling you, and you really feel it. And she said, if you keep doing this, because now my brain kind of is used to having flat vision, right? I don't have stereo usually I never have stereo in daily life. So there's a disconnect, and then so my brain cannot believe we should be seeing this circle closer to my face than the holder. So I'm seeing it at the holder. But then with this, I'm kind of discovering it doesn't make sense. Like what my eyes are seeing and what I'm feeling with my hand, there's a disconnect. So after a while, if I do this enough, my brain should figure it out. And then maybe I will start seeing the depth myself without these tools, or without my tactile sense having to intervene. But so we'll see. And then I do this in convergence mode with the green circle to the left, and then I can do divergence mode by moving the green circle to the right. But divergence mode for me is super difficult. I can hold it single like this, but then once I move a little bit to train divergence, I have to let go very, very soon, and it just becomes double. So that effect, then the same thing. I tried the same thing with the chopstick or the skewer, but yeah, my range of movement is so limited that I don't really feel like, oh yeah, now I have to try with the skewer, go beyond the card, because then ideally, if you diverge enough, you feel the circle is beyond the card or behind the card. But so that I don't really feel yet. And then what else do we have? So that's the second one. And then I just have like a regular, then I have an accommodation exercise. So just read a book. I'll use my own book or my own translation. And then with an eye patch, like a opaque eye patch, I put that on. And then I just do the classic spherical flipper exercise with a plus and a -1 to keep my accommodation flexible. And I'm also getting older. I'm 36, so there might be like a element of presbyopia coming. So I'm not. I was not allowed to just take a +1 or a +2 or something more heavy. I'm already getting less flexible in terms of accommodation, so the +1 is kind of like it's challenging but still comfortable. So that's something everyone can do. By the way, it's not like you don't need strabismus to do that. Everyone would benefit from just doing the +1 and -1 flipper if you want to postpone having to need reading glasses. And then the last exercise, so I always have 4 classical vision exercises and then vivid vision. And then on top of that, half an hour walking. So this is also classic. So for convergence, you move your eyes to the point you have two lines and 3 circles, and then you fuse them. And then the middle one should be popping out if you're doing it correctly. But so again, for convergence, I'm pretty good at it. Biggest problem could be like a virtual, disparity. So then I can move my eyes horizontally kind of properly to converge, but then sometimes there's an induced vertical difference in the images, and then I can either move my head a little bit, tilt my head, or I can move the picture, and then I have the perfect fusion, and then I should try to expand this fusion range by moving the paper and expanding that. And then on the other side, if you diverge your eyes, you could do the same thing. You see 2 lines and 3 balls, but if it's difficult and you cannot go all the way, you will see 4 balls, or maybe like overlapping balls. So I have to go really, really close to my face, and then still I'm not diverging enough to get it properly fused to the point that I have just 2 lines and 3 balls, and the middle one is nicely fused. So for divergence, for the moment it's impossible, but you never know how it can evolve. So I would be happy if my convergence range would already improve and get more comfortable, but to get the whole spectrum of improvements, you have to train every aspect and every visual skill, and within that also like the convergence and the divergence and the minus and the plus and the this. So you're trying to just overall get stronger and more flexible, so you can respond to the real world visually also in a more flexible way, and then you're more equipped to deal with any visual situation that comes your way. This exercise also just with the chopstick, but then also do it in a static state, so sitting or standing, and then also walking, and then also doing a pirouette. So movement is also very important while doing several vision exercises, because in the real world you're walking around and you want to be able to do all your visual skills while being in motion. So that's kind of like a loading exercise, but also just the movement of your body makes it so sometimes that your eyes move differently. yeah, just like for example, when going from sitting to standing, sometimes it opens up some kind of extra range in eye movement that was not available before. And that's something that if you get stuck with your vision exercise, she recommends walk around or do a pirouette, turn around or something like this. And also generally the advice is if you're using your cell phone, don't just sit there in the sofa or on your chair, all being like cramped up and having a lot of tension in your vision and in your body. No, try to maybe move around. They joke like it's a mobile phone, so make it mobile, walk around with the phone. That's better. So, and then also they recommend like standing desks and all that, but I have to still get that. I don't have that yet. I do have a projector, so maybe I can project my screen onto something that it's easier to work on a big screen on a wall. So that once installed, I will make another video. So thank you for watching. This is kind of a video that's all over the place, but maybe you enjoyed the update. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.